In Decatur, dozens of people spent today running and raising awareness about domestic violence. The 10th annual Love Run 5K started at the gazebo on Decatur Square, organized by DeKalb County District Attorney Sherry Boston. The annual walk and run benefits the Resource Center to End Domestic Violence, which offers emergency shelter, legal aid, and other services to women and children who are victims. Organizers say the event has raised more than $100,000 to support the center since its inception.